So if you've got really tight glutes, you can use a roller. If you want to be a bit more intense on your rolling, massaging, you can use a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. So what we're going to do before we start to work the glutes today is massage them a little bit. So where it's going to be a glute core workout followed by some stretching of the glute and core. Okay, so we're not going to exercise the whole time. So what we're going to do is you're going to start on one kind of butt cheek. And when you're massaging, whether using a yoga or a lacrosse ball or tennis ball or roller, is you want to be moving quite slowly. So you don't want it to be a shock to the system. If you move quickly, the body's going to react by contracting and holding on. So try to just give yourself a little bit of time. If you find a spot that's like, ow, that hurts, you're going to stay in that spot. You're either going to hold it or you can slightly roll over top of it. So you're rolling from side to side or you're rolling up and down. So if you feel like you're fatigued from a long day or a run or a bike ride and you feel like the fatigue is giving you low back pain, rolling the glutes a lot of the time will help relieve that low back pain. Now you can stay kind of in the middle of the glute where the sciatic nerve is, or you can move out to the side, glute med. The side is usually pretty tight as well. And everybody's different and every day is different. Now, we talked a long time ago before about you can either roll your body, kind of what we've been doing so far on the roller, or you can find one location and then move the muscle. So you find something tight and you can either flex and extend at the knee, or you can do internal, external rotation at the hip. So then you're moving the leg to massage on top of the roller. So if you've been on one glute, like I have the whole time, switch to the other one. And if you have one side that's more troublesome than the other, you can stay on that side for a bit longer. If you're like, I'm not really sure, or it's about even, switch it over. And then same idea, you can spend time on the glute max, roll over and do glute min. And then if you would like, you can play around with staying on the roller, find a spot, and then move the body. Now, if you've had enough of glutes and glutes are, you don't really need to work them, you can always move to the quads as well. You spend about another minute on this side. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of mobility for the glutes. So we're going to come off the roller. We're going to just put it off the side. So we're going to use it in a second. And we're going to sit in a 90-90, kind of loose. I'm going to kind of move around as we go. So what we're going to try is we're going to move this back leg. So if we have the left leg in front, the right leg beside, then lean back a little bit. Eventually, we'll take your hands off. We're going to take this leg from back behind. You're going to bring it around and then bring it in front. And then lift it up and then bring it around. Okay, so if that is, okay, I got that, then you're going to take your hands off and move the hip coming back and then bring it around. Okay, a little bit of abs as you control yourself, your upper torso, trying not to lean a little bit tight there. Last. This is generally a difficult one, more difficult to find for men than for women. Really tight. They're really tight there, Les. Last one. Okay, when you can, when you bring it back, when you bring it forward, leave it forward, and we do the same thing with the left leg. So now you pick up the left leg and bring it behind, and then bring it forward. And then see how little torso movement that you can do. So you're trying not to lean too far off to the side, you can say. Nice. When you're done, the left leg's going to go back behind. Try and keep your hands still up. So your left knee is on the floor. You're going to open up the leg a little bit so you have a little bit of more of an open ankle. So it's not touching your bum. Lean forward on that right shin and knee and try and lift up that back. Okay, so now see if you can do it by not leaning forward each time. So you're not hinging at the waist to lift that leg up. If you lean forward, that's fine, but stay in that same lean the whole time. And then as you're like, okay, I've got that, see if you can keep lifting the leg up by leaning back a little further and find where your sticky point is. It's like, oh, there's mine. I can't go any further back because then I can't lift my foot. If you need to, you can put your hands on the floor as well. Good. Okay, then rest. So you're on your right butt cheek still. Lean back onto the butt cheek. Lift up the leg as far as you can. So we're going to try to open up that hip and then bring it back down. So you really want to move the femur in the socket. So everybody put their hand on their left hip. Now, as the femur, as the bone comes up, try not to rock back on the left butt cheek. Stay forward. So you're kind of almost holding the hip down as you move the leg in the socket. Right. So try not to shift. So if your torso is facing forward, it stays forward. So if the hip bones are facing forward, headlights coming forward, they don't twist to the side. Nice. Okay, lean back, no hands, switch to the other side. Nice. Okay, so the first one was trying to lift. So open up your knee angle a little bit, lift up this back leg. So if you want to lean forward, that's fine. And then find your sticky point. So lean back as far as you can to the point where you're like, yeah, I can't really lift my leg anymore. And now don't move your torso when you lift your leg. So it's all coming from the glutes. Last one. Okay, place your right hand on the hip, lean back on your left butt cheek. So move it back, lift up. This side's a little tighter than the other. You're gonna try and lift up that leg without letting the hip go back. If you want to exhale as you lift, that might help. Last two. Okay, lean back on your butt cheek, hands go up. We're gonna swing our legs from side to side 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna move to a little bit of abs now. We're gonna grab our roller. If you don't have a roller, you can use a half roller or a yoga block as well. We're gonna do our dead bug, and we're gonna do same side dead bug. So what it looks like is your roller is gonna go on the left foot and then on the left hand. You can have the knee bent or you can have the leg straight, doesn't really matter. What you're gonna try to do, whichever one you're doing, is lower the leg down a little bit. So if your knee is bent, it helps the hip flexors. It's not so intense on the hip flexors. Now everybody draw their belly button into their spine and then raise the right arm and right leg. Now we're going to lower them down. When you do that, you're gonna have to hold it there, hover, feel your abs shake. And if they're not shaking, it means you're not pulling them down. So draw them in and then exhale and then lift everything back up. Okay, so you're gonna exhale and hold your breath or exhale the whole time. And then when you come back up the top, then you're gonna inhale. So it's very slow so you can breathe. So you're gonna exhale, come back up, inhale, exhale, draw the belly button into the spine, and then come back up. So we're no longer driving our low back into the floor. You're just allowing that arch to maintain whatever it is neutral arch in the back, but you're really pulling in the abs. So you can make this really, really hard, or you can kind of cheat and make this easy. So let's see if we can make it a little bit hard. Challenge yourself. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Good. If you had the block or a roller, then you would just go a little bit closer. You'd have your knee bent. Okay, move it over to the right. Right leg is down as far as feels comfortable, just so you feel your core tighten up and engage. So there's no relaxation in this at all. Okay, so now we lower our right or left down, left arm, left leg, bring it back up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Bend your knees, place your half roller or your yoga or your roller on your thighs, and you're going to lift your toes up. So your heels are on the ground. And you're going to start to move your heels away from you as far as you can so that your hands are fully extended. What we're going to do is we're going to do a tiny little roll up. So it's a very small motion. What I don't want you to lose is the pelvic tilt. So that's the most important. So you're going to tuck your tail under, and then already you feel your low abs tighten. Hold those the whole time. You're either going to roll your roller or slide your half roller up, tuck in your head, and curl yourself up, looking at your belly button. Don't lose the pelvic tilt. So you're trying to get the ribs to the hips, and then we're going to come back down. So it's a very small little curl. Do not lose the tail tuck. So come on up. Slowly back down. Don't lose the tail tuck. Up. Back up. Now we're going to stay up a little higher. So come up a little bit higher. Hold it here. Tuck in your tail. From there, if your neck hurts, you can put your hand behind your head. You're going to roll a little bit further and go back to where we started. Just that little bit. So you're going to go 10, 9. Look at your belly. Draw it in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, little contractions, 3, 2, and 1. Good, come on down. Take your roller or your half roller, and you're gonna put it behind your kind of your bra line. And if you're on, you can do it with both. What we're gonna do is you're going to bring your body over top. So now we're getting extension through the spine. So I'm gonna stretch out our abs, hands go behind your head, and you're gonna bring your head over top, let it drape over top of the roller, and then a little bit of a curl to bring it up, not much here. So it's really just the opening up the vertebrae. And I really want you to be kind of at that point, that apex point of where it curls in. So if it doesn't feel uncomfortable, move the roller down just a little bit on your spine so you feel it giving you extension where there's usually flexion. You can exhale as you roll over. Now see if you can stretch out the ribs as well. So let the ribs flare out, open everything up, go a little further. We'll do 2 more. Last one. Good. And then we come back up. With the half roll, it's just a little bit more gentle. And then lay on your back, feet are wide. We're going to windshield wiper our knees from side to side very, very slowly. So you're going to come out to the right, knees to the right. Elbows, ideally, your hands are behind your head and your elbows are on the floor. So we're stretching out that left hip flexor, right? And then you're going to use your abs and then bring them over to the left, stretch out the right hip flexor. And then bring them back over to the right, stretch out the left hip flexor, turn and look at your left elbow, your left armpit. And then windshield wiper them to the left, stretch out the right hip flexor, turn and look at your right elbow, right armpit. One more each side. Last one. Good. Okay, then you're going to roll over onto your hands and knees. Before we get into the loop band, you can grab that if you haven't already. Should be medium light loop band. We're going to do hip mobility on our hands and knees. So if you want the half roller for your wrists, you can grab it. If you have just tight wrists, I suggest that you don't always grab the half roller, because this way, by forcing yourself to do this, you'll get maybe a little bit more. You're getting an automatic stretch. And if you want to even play around with it, you can have your hands to the side or even make it really intense and have your hands going forward, right? So we're using this opportunity to stretch them. If you were adding weight to it later on, then I'll give you the half roller. So right now, try not to use the half roller so you can stretch out your forearms. Okay, so abs are tight. We're going to have even weight on both feet. Draw the belly button in, right? So you're going to feel like you're puffing your back out. We're going to do a fire hydrant from here. Even weight on both hands, and then try to draw a circle all the way down to the start. And then let's go the opposite direction. So bring it back like a donkey kick and then swing it in. So swing it hydrant and then back. So you're just going in and out. So one direction and then the other direction. Now, see if you can think of your hip bones both facing the floor. So you've got flashlights on both hip bones and they are lighting up the floor. They're not going to move out to the left when your leg moves out to the left. Two more. Last one. Excellent. Good. Change your hand position. You can get a different stretch on the wrist. Then we'll do the right side. Same idea. Draw the belly button in. Puff up the back a little bit to support your torso. And then lift up the leg. So you're swinging it out. Big circles out to the side. And circles back. So if you're like, yeah, these are easy, can you go further without the hip twisting to the sides? The flashlights are still pointing down to the floor, lighting up the floor. Last two. Last one. Excellent. So you're going to come back onto your heels. You can stay up or you can go down and just shake out those arms, shake out the hands. Now we are going to be on our hands for a little bit, for the next little bit. So if you want to keep stretching out your forearms, it's not irritating you, keep doing that. Or grab the half roller now. We're going to put the loop band around our knees. So before we were working on range of motion. So I was trying to get up and out and around. Now I don't care about the range of motion so much. I really just want you to contract your glutes, feel that contraction, and then bring it back down without too many pauses. So it's not even fast, it's just consistent. So if we go back to hands and knees, loop bands around our knees, open up the band so you have some tension already. And then before you start, put a little bit more weight on the left because we're going to go to the left and you're automatically going to want to fall to the right. So put more weight on the left already. Almost lock the elbows and draw the belly button in. So you're really drawing that in around your back. So now hold all that steady, lift at the left. So you can see I don't have a very big range of motion because I've already got it really tight. So all I need is a glute to tighten and then bring it back. So it's gonna come with me. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, so about that fast. 3, more weight on the left hand. 4, 5, lean forward. 6, 7, look slightly up so your neck is flat and in line with the torso, with the rest of the spine. 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you started, you can see I'll come up how tight my band is. So when my knee comes back in, I don't get a relaxation phase. So it's always tight. If your band is really, really long, you're going to have to start quite wide, right? So we'll start on go to the other side. So we're doing the right side now. We're going to go 15, draw on the belly, puff up your back, lift the leg up for 1, 2, 3, 4, lean forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come down onto your elbows. And ideally, I'm going to get everyone to try to do Sphinx arms. So your hands will be like that. So hands are flat on the ground. Once you've got those positions, then straighten out your legs so you're in a low plank. Open up your feet. So again, the band is, you're pressing weight into the band, and your feet are about the same width as your shoulders. Knees are slightly bent, and then just tuck the tail under, which is automatically going to bring your nose over top of your thumbs. Keep pressing the band outwards. So knees are pressing outwards, and hold for 10, 9, draw the belly in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. We're going to go back into that Sphinx again to do our donkey kick. So I'm going to show you from the side. I'm going to slide the band underneath my right knee to anchor it. And then go back into that Sphinx. Now, the key with this one is that as you do your donkey kick, you don't go that far. Otherwise, it's going to slide down like that, right? So don't go too far. You're just going to feel a contraction in your hamstrings and your glutes. The other one is don't dump through the hips. So we don't want to do this. You're not hinging at the hip. So you're going to lock the hip, just squeeze the glute, okay? Come back down a tiny bit so you still have tension on the band, and then come back up. So it's a little bit more like a pull. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so take that out from underneath your right leg and then slide it underneath the left. And we do the same thing on the right side. Okay, so bringing it up so you feel some tension. And then from there, you're going to go a little higher and then back, always keeping tension on the back. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw the belly in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come on down. You're going to go back to a high plank. So if you want your roll, we'll do a high plank. And we're going to go into a football plank. So if you want your roller, you can put your hands on the roller. Your knees are going to be about wrist or shoulder width apart. And all we're gonna do is lift up the knees so the shins are parallel to the floor. Okay, so we're gonna hold that one. So you're pushing your knees out into the loop band, lean forward onto the hands and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, drop the knees down. Flip over onto your back, and you can bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a stretch. So now we're going into flexion. Okay, now feet go on the floor. Open them up again so that you have some tension on the band. And we're gonna do a little bridge. So I want you to come up half of what you used to do. So instead of coming all the way down here, just come up part way. Now we're gonna hold that part way. I want you to think about all your glutes and relax your hamstrings a little bit. So try and get in the glutes, pull the pelvic floor up, relax the hamstrings. Okay, you've got that. Then put your hands on your hip bones, and we're gonna reach one leg out, extend one knee without letting that, so left leg, don't let the left hip come down. Put the foot down, right back where it was. The band is the same intensity of the stretch, okay? Straighten out the right, don't let the hip drop, put it back down. You go to left, right, don't just stay in the same position with the hips. You're not coming higher or lower. And now see if you can stop the rock. So nice and slow. Six more. Last one. Good. And then bring your knees back or your hips back down. Keep your knees up. And if you want, you can windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Now this one, we're gonna get into low abs. So I'm gonna walk you through it. You're not gonna see much movement from me at all, and you shouldn't expect much movement from yourself. If you're rocking and you're swinging, then you're just cheating. So think of this exercise as more of just a contraction hold. So we're gonna lift up our feet off the floor, knees are bent. And we don't want them to straighten up because then we have a tendency to swing. So we're gonna do it with the knees bent. And to add a little bit more intensity, you're gonna put some pressure into the band. So we're opening up our knees slightly. Okay, now from here, you're gonna do a little bit of a pelvic tail tuck. So you're gonna curl in. That already tightens up your low abs. Now you can push with your hands to the floor, but all you can do is contract a little bit more and see if you can curl your tail up off of the floor. And hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Okay, so like I said, there's not much movement. The intention is to lift the bum up, but it's not really gonna go anywhere. So curl the tail under again, contract your abs, pull the pelvic floor up, and now try to lift your feet up or your bum off the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you should feel this all in the belly button down. Okay, so again, curl the tail, pull the pelvic floor up, and then squeeze. Try and get your bum off the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna do one more and then we're gonna add to it. So pelvic floor, tilt the pelvis, tuck your tail under, squeeze and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, leave your legs up there, put your hands behind your head. Now the key to this one is you're not pulling your head, you're just helping it curl. So now we're gonna get lower and then upper. So we're gonna do, remember this one, so lower, upper, we're keeping our knees bent though. So tail tuck, lift your bum up off the floor, curl your head up off the floor, woo, shaking, try and get your bum up a little higher, try and curl your upper torso a little higher, and then lower everything down. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 more like that. So tuck on the tail, tighten up the abs, lift your bum up, curl your chest up, lift your bum higher, curl your chest higher, draw the belly button in, everything down. 4 more. Exhale. tuck in the tail, lift up the bum, lift up your chest, curl up a little higher, get your bum a little higher, everything down. 3 more. Curl, lift, curl, lift a little higher, everything down. Last 2. Tuck in the tail, lift up the bum, lift up the chest, lift up the bum, lift up the chest, everything down. Last 1. Tuck in the tail, lift up the bum, lift up the chest, 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 and everything down. Okay. You're gonna roll. You can take the loop band, I think, off. Oh no, keep it on. Keep it on. We're gonna roll over onto your belly though. And you get to go into Sphinx pose and stretch out those abs. Okay. We're gonna go back into that football plank. So your knees are bent, shins are parallel to the floor. You're either gonna stay there, or you're gonna lift up one foot and then the other foot, or you're gonna lift up one foot and one arm. Okay, so we're gonna go into a 3-point plank or a 2-point plank. You're gonna choose which one you would like to do, and you can start with one and then move to another one, a different one if you want. Okay, so you're on your toes, you're on your hands. You can grab the half roller if you'd like. Your wrists are directly below your shoulders. Lift your shins up off the floor. Good. Now you can lift up the right foot, hold it there, and then lift up the left hand and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the foot down, hand down. Lift up the left foot, hold that there. Lift up the right hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna do one more each side. Lift up the foot, hold that one. If you want, add the hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round, lift up the left foot, tighten up the abs, lift up the right arm and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put both knees down, go into a child pose. Good work. We haven't done those for a while. So we're gonna lay on our backs one more time. And this time, the band still stays on the knees. We're gonna let them fall out to the side. So again, don't go too far. The band's gonna slide right up your thighs all the way up to your hips. So just a little bit. So the soles of my feet are together and knees are out, okay? So now from here, we're gonna squeeze the glutes, again, tuck in the tail. And then from here, you're gonna lift your hips up back to that small bridge that we did before, okay? So tail stays tucked the whole time. Same idea, we're gonna do little pulses. So 30 little pulses squeezing your bum. So keeping the knees out, don't let them come in and out. Just lift the hips up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. Good. Bring your bum down. Leave your knees out to the side and bring your hands behind your head. Okay, so now we're going to go to abs. So we're going to do a little bit of a crunch. So you're just holding onto your head, supporting it. Reach up and touch your left knee with your right hand. Come back, stay up, reach across and touch the other knee. Okay, don't let your knees come in, don't let them come out. Stay in the same position with the knees. So you're gonna reach for 1, 2, 3, 4. The higher you get up on the knee, the more intense the abs gonna feel. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Take that loop band and take it off. Put it off to the side. Bring your arms into cactus arms and then let your knees fall to the right. Pick up your right foot and you're going to put it on top of the left knee, pushing it down, and then turn and look over that left shoulder. Now, keeping your right foot on the knee, lift up the legs. So we're now into a figure four. So you're going to bring your left knee towards your chest, slide your hands in between or around, and you're going to pull that knee in towards you. So you're getting a stretch on that right glute. Uncross the ankle, and then you're going to cross the other one. So left ankle over top of the right. Bring your arms in a cactus, and then let your knees fall to the left. The left heel ankle is going to be pushing your right knee down. You can turn your head and look over to the right shoulder. Bring your knees back up. Ankle is still over top of the knee. Figure four. Now we're going to go to a little bit more intense glutes. You're going to let go of your right knee. Keep your ankle where it is. Slide your left leg all the way over, like you're wearing a pair of slacks or a dress. So you have no light between your legs. You're squeezing your legs. Now grab onto both knees or the furthest knee away and pull everything in towards you. So already that might be an intense stretch on the left glute. If you would like a little bit more intensity on the left, grab that left foot and start to turn it towards you. Like, yeah, that might be good. Now, if you want to get the right at the same time and you have the flexibility, you're going to reach up, grab onto that right foot, put your head back down, and then pull both feet towards your face. If you cannot put your head back down, then grab your yoga block and put your head back on the yoga block so it's not hanging. So your head is rested and relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed, and you're pulling both ankles towards your face, towards your ears, opposite direction. Ideally, if you look at your ankles, they are flexed and strong. So you're not turning the whole foot as well. We're just focusing on the glutes. Okay, now I'm going to let go of my right foot and put the right foot on the ground. Now keep your left, and what you're going to do is manually turn the foot. So you're going to work that ankle. So try to resist the urge to move the ankle with your foot strength. Try and use your hand more. So see if you can get into a bigger range of motion on the ankle. You might feel some crunching, which I do, and then change direction. See if you can get a little further with your hand. Okay, now put your right foot down or left foot down. Cross your right all the way over. So now we're right over left, and then bring both knees in towards your chest. Okay, so now we are going to work the right a little bit more. So same idea. So you can stay here. You can flex the right ankle and then pull the right foot a little bit further towards you. So it's more like that figure four, still pulling in. And then if you want to get the left again, grab onto the left and pull them both towards you. Ankles are flexed and strong. One more. Let go of the left foot and put it on the floor. And then you're going to manually rotate the ankle on the right side. And then change direction. Excellent. And then place your feet on the floor. Last windshield wiper from side to side. If you would like to roll the glutes again, or quads or hamstrings, you have the roller handy. So I suggest you do that. If you do have low back issues or some glute tightness from hiking, or Tracy, you can maybe even try roll the quad on a really more regular basis to help with any sort of tightness in that knee. I think it's more of an inflammation, but it might help anyway, just to loosen it up. Excellent.